In the course about resilience, happiness and well-being, we discuss a lot of questions, but this is the one that is most important for you today. So the question is, can we actually influence our happiness levels? And that is a very important one, because if we can't, then there's really no use talking about resilience and happiness and well-being and how to improve those. So the answer is yes, we can, but that's the simple answer, and the more difficult answer is this one. It turns out that 50% of our happiness levels are influenced by our genes. And there's lots of research that shows this, but you could see this as the starting point for your happiness level. If nothing good or bad happens to you in your life, then your genes roughly determine how happy you are in general. But that is not the only thing. There's other things as well. The second thing is circumstances. So things that happen in our lives. And I have a couple of circumstances here, right? Many people think that having more money, becoming famous, being an attractive person, maybe your living situation, the house that you live in, your career, whether you have a good job, and also your health have an effect on your happiness, and they do. But actually this effect is way less than you think. It's only about 10%. So if I want you to take one thing away from this presentation, it is that I would call these the myths about happiness. Many people focus on these things, but these are actually things that do make a difference, but only a small one. I want to show you the pyramid by Maslow. It's here on the screen now. And there you see that there's all kinds of needs that people have. I won't go into it too specifically for now, but the research actually shows that if your basic needs are not met, there money actually has an effect, right? If you don't have enough money for food or for a house or for clothes, there extra money actually helps. But if you move up, so it's more about self-esteem and it's about friendship and family and stuff like that, there extra money actually does not help. So getting these needs helps, yes, but money doesn't help to get these needs. So yes, money has an effect on happiness, but it's only a very small effect. So we now know that genes and our circumstances determine about 60% of our happiness levels, which means that there's 40% left. And these 40% are determined by our behavior. Behavior that you can do or not do, right? Sometimes it's also about not doing certain things. Behavior that actually has a big effect on your happiness, because 40% is quite something, and that is the part that you can actually influence. But it often feels counterintuitive. And that is why this is the topic of the tutorials that we have in this course. In these tutorials, we discuss together with students which of these behaviors they want to do, they can do, in order to change their happiness levels for the better, if they want to. So I will give you the 12 sorts of behavior that you can use in order to improve your happiness. We're not going to go very deeply into these. But the first 3 are gratitude, being more grateful for the positive things that are going on in your life. The second one is optimism, looking at the world through an from an optimistic point of view. The third one, which is the most important one, is your social relations, really focusing a lot of effort and time on your social relations. Another one that is usually not seen as very effective, but actually is being kind to yourself and the world around you. If you have good ways of dealing with stress and adversity and trauma, that also helps your happiness level. And one that I myself am very bad at, which is forgiving, also has a big effect on your happiness level. So these are the first 6 behaviors that you can do, but there's another 6. The first one of the second 6 is mindfulness, being mindful about your emotions. The second one is flow, when you are really into a task and you forget time and you forget everything around you. The third one is savoring, when you really try to enjoy the nice things of life, for instance, a nice cup of tea or some chocolate, for instance. The fourth one is engagement for your goals, so you know what you want to achieve and you really try to apply yourself to get there in small steps. Then spirituality and religion, so many people that are spiritual or religious actually have much higher happiness. And the last one is healthy practices, which is about eating healthy, getting enough sleep, going to the gym, etc. And all of these 12 things will be dealt with in the tutorials for the happiness course. And we will especially talk about how can you as a student use those in order to change your own happiness levels.